Howdy everybody, Cub here. Welcome to Snapshot 19w11a. We have a lot of changes this week, and a lot of changes to villagers this week, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the main thing that's changed in this week's snapshot has to do with villagers and villages. So first of all, let's talk about villagers. Villagers now have schedules that they are on throughout the day. So they wake up in the morning, they go to work at various workstations, specific to that villager type. So for instance, the farmer, I believe, goes to the composter area. The blacksmith will go to the smithing table, the fletcher will go to the fletching table, cartographer goes to the cartography table, etc. And these workstations basically allow the villagers to reset their trades now. So yeah, that's how villagers reset their trades. And also, another thing with villages is that villages are no longer detected via the number of doors in an area. Instead, it's done via the number of beds in an area, plus the job sites and meeting points in the area instead of the doors. So you might think that because doors no longer determine what a village is, that it might be impossible to make iron golem farms. However, there is also a added mechanic where iron golems will spawn wherever villagers meet, and wherever a lot of villagers meet, more specifically. So villagers will actually gather during like mid-afternoon or evening, and they'll gather around a bell like this, and if there's enough villagers nearby and they sort of gossip and talk to each other, they will actually spawn an iron golem in around them in the immediate vicinity if they determine that there's not one in their village, in like an 80 block area around them. So that mechanic can indeed be exploited for iron farms, so don't panic. Iron farms are still in the game, and in fact are probably much easier than the current iron farms. So let's go ahead and move on now from village generation to trading, and let's talk about this. So first of all, there are a lot of new trades in this update. So if I look in here, you can see farmers now buy beetroot from you. And some important notes about the new trading. The farmers can level up, so this guy is a novice right now, but he can level up all the way from novice to, I believe the final level is master, which every time the farmer levels up, you get 2 new trades which unlock. And yeah, the way you do that is just simply through trades. So you can see here, if I put in the beetroot, this white line appears. This shows how much the farmer will level up if I do the trade. So if I actually complete the trade, the line turns green, and the next trade, where it would end up, is demonstrated by the white line there. So let's just go ahead and level this guy up a little bit here. So we'll just do that a little bit, and you'll see this now becomes X'd out at this point, and the villager now has to restock for us to be able to do that trade again. So he may restock here. He's actually standing in the composter, which I've found is sort of a problem with the farmers. But yeah, he has not reset yet. So let's just go ahead and we'll grab some bread here, and we'll level him up to the next level. There he goes, right there. Very good. Let's also increase the sound in this guy right here. So yeah, he is now leveled up to apprentice, and you'll see just because he leveled up, that does not mean that these trades unlock. These trades are remaining locked here, and will remain locked until he actually interacts with the composter here a little bit. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do some more trading here. Here's some familiar trades here: the emerald for pumpkin pine, emerald for apple, but they're priced a little bit differently. And by the way, these prices can change over time based upon player reputation and also demand. How much trading you've done with this guy. So yeah, that is sort of interesting as well. Prices will change over time. And let's just go ahead and do both of these right here. There we go. And so now this guy is totally locked out. So you see every trade is locked, and he has not leveled up from apprentice to the next level here. So yeah, now he is journeyman. Oh, so he actually did level up, but the trades are still locked here. And you'll see here's a price change right here. He's now charging 2 emeralds instead of 3 for cookies. So he would have charged 3. So I think the reputation in the village has gone up. Yep, you can see here. Beetroot has dropped in price from 15 to 14 now. So because I'm trading with this guy, building a good reputation up, the prices are indeed dropping. So that is fantastic to see. That's really cool. Sort of rewarded for like trading and being nice to these villagers instead of slaying them. Let's get some melon out, so we can do the melon trade here. See if we can perhaps have this guy level up once again here. There we go. That should level him up, I believe. Let's see. Yep, there he goes. So now he's an expert. And also this changes the color of his pocket here on his belt. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can do some more trades. You see, yeah, here's some new trades. So Suspicious Stew is a new trade. Looks like he's selling 2 types of Suspicious Stew. So let's just quickly grab some of these right here. And this should level him up once again. And let's just see what else we can get here. Let's just do a few more trades here. And now he's at the master level, so he cannot level up further than this. These are all the trades here. He has golden carrots, so let's grab some of those. He's got glistering melons, which is a new trade. Let's grab some of those, and let's get this other Suspicious Stew here. And we'll just grab this as well. And we'll get the melons too. And I think that is it. Yeah, that's it. So this guy is now totally locked out at the moment. So he has no trades available. But let's see. Let's just wait here a minute and see if he actually resets, because he's at his workstation. So since he's here, he can now interact with this. And I believe he can reset all of his trades once he interacts with the composter here. So let's just wait around a minute and see what happens. So at some point, this farmer actually interacted with this composter. It's not exactly clear to me like how far away they have to be to interact with the workstation block, but I did catch a cartographer interacting with the cartography table earlier, which I'll show you right now. Oh, right there. Okay. You might have heard it, but he just like scribbled some things down. And so now if we look into his inventory, sorry, that took a little bit of time, but yeah, he basically came to this. There was a sound, like a scribbling sound, like he was like writing up some maps or like marking down his profits from when he sold some stuff to us, and now he's totally reset. So all the trades are now reset. So something similar here happened with the farmer, and you can now see his trades have all reset, and he can do that up to 2 times per day. So that is how the trading now works, and I really love that they show you like what they can trade for when you hold it, like an emerald in your hand, for instance. That is super cool, and it does change between the different items that they sell. So yeah, that is a super cool feature, and that is sort of how the new villager trading works. So that's really cool. Now I want to show you guys what it looks like when they go to bed. So if I go ahead and do time set night like this, and yep, nighttime has come. Let's just follow some of these guys into their houses here. And let's see if he goes in. Yep, this guy has gone in, and there he goes, right to bed. Instantly. Instantly sleeping. And apparently sleeps with his eyes open there. So yeah, villagers will now actually sleep at night, and all these guys around here should be going into their houses and sleeping as well. So I find it really cool that villagers can now actually sleep properly in the game, and in case you're wondering, you actually can't use the same bed as the villager because the bed is already occupied. So yeah, that is sort of an interesting little bit right there, and we should see some other villagers potentially in here sleeping as well. Yeah, there's another guy sleeping right there. So villagers will now sleep at night, and then once it turns back to day, let's do time set day, they wake up, and they will probably head outside and go to their jobs once again. So pretty cool, pretty cool. We also have some new block recipes this week for the smithing table and the fletching table. Both of these still do not have any functionality except for their use currently in villages as workstations for the blacksmith and the fletcher. So if we go ahead and look into the crafting table, we can see the smithing table has a recipe of 4 oak planks and 2 iron ingots. That'll get you your smithing table. And again, this doesn't have a use quite yet, but they have hinted at uses coming in the future. So right now it's only used by villagers as workstations to refresh trades. And then we also have the fletching table. So if we go ahead and look in here, that crafting recipe is just 4 oak planks and 2 flint. Just like that will get you your fletching table. So that is how you make those 2 blocks. Another interesting change has been made this week to TNT and TNT minecarts. And that change is that When they explode, they will now drop 100% of the blocks which they destroy. So here I have some gold, some diamonds, some emerald, and some stone around here. And obviously the TNT will also destroy some sand. But if I just go ahead and shoot this, there we go, with the flame bow, and explode this TNT, boom, explosion, and you can see, yeah, it's dropped the diamond, the emerald, and then the gold ore right there, as well as the cobblestone from the stone. As well as all the sand that it destroyed too. So that makes TNT and TNT minecarts quite a good, yeah, you can see the stuff I got right there, quite a good way to mine in survival and makes it a little bit more relevant. And the same thing also occurs with TNT minecarts. So TNT minecart explodes, you can see it drop the diamond, the emerald, the gold ore right there, the iron ore right here, more gold ore here, and all the sand. So every block that it destroys, it will now drop. So that is a pretty cool change, and will help to make TNT a little bit more relevant in survival Minecraft. There was a massive bug fix this week as well, which significantly buffed dogs, or tamed wolves as they're more accurately called. Basically, tamed wolves will now, when they kill mobs, also potentially drop rare loot, whereas they did not before. So what that means is if we have some things like, let's say we have some stray skeletons here, and let the dogs kill them instead of us, we should potentially see some slowness arrows drop, although it looks like we got rather unlucky right there. Let's try this one more time here. Put in a few stray skeletons here, and we'll see if the dogs kill them if they drop arrows of slowness. There we go. Yeah, you saw it right there. Arrow of slowness dropped, and there's another one right there. Fantastic. So yeah, you can now get rare drops from mobs, so you can make things like arrow of slowness farms, and this also does presumably apply to wither skeletons as well. So you can make a wither skeleton farm that is now automatic, which not only drops the basic drops like coal and bones, but also wither skeleton skulls as well. Another bug fix this week is that zombie pigmen and wither skeletons will now path through lava to get to the player. They've also changed the behavior of endermen in this week's snapshot to how it was originally, so now if you look at an enderman, the enderman will basically stare back at you until you look away and then begin to attack you. So that was how it was initially, but it's been a very long time since that behavior was in the game, and now they finally added it back. Another change this week is to banner patterns. There's actually a new banner pattern added, which is the globe banner pattern. And the changelog actually says you can't obtain this in survival, but you actually can through trading with cartographers. And the way this thing works, you basically put it in the loom along with a die, and it'll get you this globe pattern right here, which you can see on this black banner. So there it is right there. You can see it's like a cube, almost like a cube world type thing, which is kind of an interesting thing. So this will allow greater variety in banner designs in the very near future. And presumably you'll also at some point be able to craft this perhaps in survival, but right now you can only get it through commands and or cartographer trades. There were also a bunch of other bug fixes this week, including waterlog blocks no longer being able to be caught on fire. The shadows of some entities like boats were increased in size, so you can see there's actually a pretty big shadow now underneath of the boat, as well as other mobs having their shadow size increased, like the pig now casts a fairly big shadow around here in a circular shape. And also things like tridents can no longer go through blocks. They fixed the dupe which Doc showed on Hermitcraft with the mobs dying and then basically respawning with the new type. So that has now been fixed. And there's also a bunch of other bug fixes which I highly recommend you guys check out. I'll provide a changelog link in the description so you guys can see the bug fixes and all the changes for yourself. But anyways, for now, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.